Welcome back to the Let's Be Real podcast. Once again, this is week 4 recap and week 5 preview of college football. First game I'm going to recap is the actual game of the week. I did not preview this game last week. It was Penn State and Iowa. It was actually really the best game of the week. So they did right. They picked the right game to be game of the week. I didn't really mention it. I didn't preview it mainly because Iowa wasn't ranked. But every year they kind of, I don't know why, they underrate Iowa. Iowa is always the team that's unranked. They always pull a couple upsets as well and always end up in the top 10 or top 15 at the end of the season. So I hadn't really seen them this year, so I kind of skipped it. So my apologies on that. But that was the best game. Penn State won on the last second, literally. Then it was a 4th and goal from the 10-yard line, and quarterback threw a touchdown pass right at the end. A great Heisman candidate, Penn State's running back, Saquon Barkley. Amazing game. He had over 300 yards, all purpose, making amazing plays throughout. The final score was 21-19. Iowa outplayed them from what I saw throughout the game. Iowa, it was 19-15 at the end. It was pretty much a back and forth, low scoring, a real Big Ten type of game, but it was fun to watch. So my take from it is Penn State, they saved themselves because they lost. They were number 14 ranked in the country, so they fell down, probably out of the top 10. So they might have saved their season. They would have had a chance to get back into the college football playoff picture because they still had to play Ohio State and Michigan later in the year for the Big Ten championship. But they survived and advanced. As for Iowa, they are in the opposite division, I think, and they have a great chance to get into the Big Ten championship, and we might see a rematch in the Big Ten championship between these two teams. So next game was TCU and Oklahoma State. I did preview this one. I got it wrong. Seemed like I've been getting a lot of games wrong this year. So I picked Oklahoma State. Like I said, I thought Oklahoma State had the best offense. Still partially think they do. But TCU, I saw that one game TCU played against Arkansas. And they played really good defense that game. They were physical in that game. But I thought maybe, Arkansas is not that good. I don't know what to take from it. So I had to see TCU Saturday against Oklahoma State. And they proved what I saw from that game is what I saw against Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State really couldn't get their offense going. They tried to make a little comeback at the end, but too late. TCU won 44-31. It was a regular Big 12. It really wasn't exactly the end score like it was a shootout. It really wasn't even that. It was really it wasn't a low-scoring defensive game, but it wasn't exactly just a shootout, 45-48 type of game. It was Oklahoma State scored, I think, 17 of those points in the fourth quarter. So they had 14 going to the fourth quarter. So TCU just proved that they are a physical team and they have a chance to win the Big 12. So, another real Big 12 challenger with TCU now. And now they beat Oklahoma State. They got a leg up over them. So, I don't know if they probably do. I'm pretty sure. I need to check the schedule. I'm pretty sure they play Oklahoma this year also because it's only 10 teams in the Big 12. So, I think they all do play each other. So, my take from that game is Oklahoma State, physicality matters. So, TCU proved that they are a very physical team, and they are forced to be reckoned with in the Big 12. And I believe Oklahoma State still probably has the best offense, but they go against a physical team like TCU, which they probably won them more than the Big 12 this year. I mean, Oklahoma sort of physical, but they gave up 41 points to Baylor Saturday, and Baylor was 0-3 coming into that game. So, first up, I mentioned this game, Alabama Vanderbilt. Alabama won 59-0. Enough said. Next, Georgia, Mississippi State. Georgia won 31-3. Georgia proved they're for real, and Mississippi State proved that they are not for real. Next, Texas A&M beat Arkansas 50-43 in overtime. Same story, just a different year. Every year, Arkansas starts off with the lead against them. They start off with 21-7. Texas A&M come back and beat them. It's happened for the last 3 or 4 years. Next, Florida beat Kentucky. Kentucky hasn't been Florida since 1986. For the last about 5-6 years now, they've been close like that, and they blew the game at the end just like they did Saturday. Next, Tennessee beat UMASS 17-13 at home. UMass was 0-4 coming to the game, and we only beat them 17-13. Enough said. Next, Memphis beat Southern Illinois 44-31. Memphis need to be careful. Southern Illinois was in that game. Their final score was larger than what the game was. That was a really close game. Southern Illinois competed with Memphis, and they are a D2 school. They don't supposed to happen. Memphis need to wake up. All right. The big game this week, Clemson, Virginia Tech. Clemson ranked number 2, Virginia Tech ranked number 12. I've seen both teams play. This is really going to be a really, really good game. I expect this to be a really, really good game. Virginia Tech is better than Louisville, better defense. Probably better. I don't know the better weapons on offense or not, but they do have a better defense, and they are at Virginia Tech. So last time I made a mistake and picked Louisville to upset Clemson. I'm not making the mistake this time, even though I believe Virginia Tech is better. But they blew out Louisville. I'm not finna make the mistake. I wouldn't be surprised if Virginia Tech actually pulls the upset on them, but I'm not finna make the mistake again on Clemson. I take a chance. I've been missing all year, so might as well. I mean, it is what it is. I picked Clemson to win. Very hard fought game. They played in the ACC championship game last year, and it was pretty close game. It went back and forth. Clemson won in the end. I expect the same type of game. Clemson wins 31-28. The other big game, Tennessee and Georgia. Georgia is playing at Tennessee. They're coming to Knoxville. My expectations of this game, like I said, last week Tennessee beat UMASS, who are 0-4, 17-13, only 17-13. This may be it for Bush Jones. I am predicting, I don't know, will they fire him after we lose or blow out well. I've seen articles talking about, hey, this is it. This should be his last chance. So I'm not going to dive into all that. My feelings about that. That's when it happens. So, after seeing Georgia last week and seeing them pretty much this season, I'm convinced they are for real. They are the second best team in the SEC after Alabama. Makes sense. They have Alabama's former defense coordinator as their head coach now. So, kind of makes sense. And Tennessee, I don't know. I would say I expect Georgia to jump out to the lead and Tennessee come back. But I have been saying for a while, Tennessee is going to mess around and fall behind to a team and not be able to come back and go ahead and get blown out like last year when Alabama beat us 49-10 at home. I'm not going to predict that exact score, but I'm going to predict something along those lines. My final score would be Georgia 38, Tennessee 14. Georgia going to jump out to the big lead, and Tennessee not going to come back. Georgia has a defense. Tennessee won't come back on that team. I'm not going to predict it's going to be Bush Jones' last game or not, because they might wait till the end of the season to fire him. Similar to Texas A&M with Kevin Sumlin. So I don't know what's going to happen with that situation, but that's my prediction for that game. Now, I'm going to present a couple other games, just other games to watch for, look out for. So, first game, Memphis, UCF. Conference game, like we said, that's a game that got rescheduled, so that's kind of a weary game. It's going to be a tough matchup for Memphis. I expect Memphis to win, but beware, keep a lookout for that game. Next, USC and Washington State. Both teams undefeated. USC still top 5, but they have been teetering. They almost lost to Texas. They've had some games where they kind of look overrated. And Washington State is not a push-off. Washington State is a high-scoring team. Mike Leach is their coach. He used to coach Texas Tech back in the day when Texas Tech used to score 50 points a game. So they are ranked number 16. And USC, I said USC is ranked number 5. So be on the lookout for that game. I expect, I predict the upset for that game. I would predict Washington State to upset USC from what I've seen for USC this year. So, but keep a lookout for that game. And last, keep a lookout for Oklahoma State and Texas Tech. Yeah, Oklahoma State just got upset last week. They just dropped from 6-15. Texas Tech is still the same type of team from the Mike Leach days. They are still a high-scoring team. They don't never really compete to win the Big 12, but they always not compete to win, but they compete in the games where they'll lose close games to the team. So just keep a lookout on that one. I would expect Oklahoma State to rebound from last week and win that game, but keep a lookout for the game also. That's it for this week of college football. As I said, I sent the message out on Facebook Saturday night or Sunday. I'm skipping NFL this week for all the things going on with the whole Donald Trump comments and stuff. So be on the lookout for a video with me and my guys, Savage and Aston. We'll try and release a podcast video about those issues